So we heard this morning about the changing nature of risk, driven by rapid shifts in technology, environment, society, and politics. And Dr. Jeworrek suggested that there's a fundamental change in the nature of risk, and that this presents an opportunity for the insurance industry. But that requires fast adaptation from companies in terms of approach and models. In your view, is the industry going to be able to adapt quickly enough? What are the challenges to this kind of rapid adaptation? And where do you see M&F, or where does M&F see opportunity rather in this change?
Fantastic. I think Dr. Jeworrek really positioned it quite well. The challenges is always in knowing how to balance your existing customer needs, your existing competitive landscape, your existing regulatory landscape with what you see new developments would be. What we know is that the regulatory environment usually lags the consumer requirements and innovation and competition. So that probably you'll find is one of your greatest challenges. The environment we're in from a capital perspective, capital isn't scarce, but it certainly isn't free. So knowing how to diversify your portfolio in terms of today's risks, today's way that the consumer wants to engage and insure with where the market is developing will be a challenge. The opportunity lies in just the phenomenal development and the pace at which technology is developing. For Mutual Federal, like I would suspect most of the insurers in our markets, innovation will be the deciding factor. Your ability to innovate, to balance, will be the deciding factor. We see the opportunity really in the fact that we have a vast retail customer base across the Old Mutual Group and Nedbank, and that's a wonderful customer base to tap into. We've got deep insights into those customers, their behaviors, and a wonderful way to really engage with those customers and really create value for the customer, as opposed to seeing the customer just as somebody that holds a policy with you.
So the recent World Economic Forum on global risks, or their global risks report, for the first time in its history, geopolitics has overshadowed economic or fiscal risks. How ready do you feel global corporations are to deal with that shift? And do you see a particular impact for insurers in this new sort of risk paradigm?
Yeah, I suspect that whilst global corporations are acutely aware of, because you don't operate in a vacuum, you operate in all the geographies really that where the tensions are. But I do suspect that we'll have a few black swan events, and I guess the recent developments around the Swiss franc and euro is probably a very actual example. It's more financial markets, but these things are so intertwined. Your political, regulatory, financial, and in fact social environments are so intertwined that I'm pretty sure very few global corporations suspected something like the Swiss franc move. I do see that the risk management models that global corporations have got in place really does take account of the geographical, political situations. We certainly look at it, something like when our elections, we have our thinking around how we manage risks around election years in different geographies, to name one example. So I would say, how ready are they, our global corporations? How ready are we as a group? Bar the black swans, I would say there's an 80% awareness. It's very much in your risk management models. In an uncertain period, uncertain decade, increasingly uncertain environment, and you just have to build it into your business models.